Before I get into the video, for the people who have seen the previous upload, if you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch it. This little argument here that they have is regarding the fact that Ryan is not happy with the fact that Gypsy was telling her sister on camera about them pretty much having sex unprotected in a nutshell. So let's get into it. But again, if you haven't seen the previous video, you should check it out. But with that being said, let's get into this one.
This is Ryan flipping out because I told my sister about.
No, you told the world about it. Not your sister, the world. Sister that like that.
Well, I didn't think about that it was, you know, your teacher and things.
There's certain things that need to stay between us, baby. Certain things need to stay between us.
I mean, like the situation. Here you are freaking out.
I know,
and you're switching up because.
I'm not switching up because I'm on camera. I'm mad at you. Right, it's not that big a deal. I'm just telling you, I'm mad. Like, I don't know why you gotta film this. And you're the one that just said, I'm tired of you know, you're filming an argument between us. I am mad. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated. I'm mad because I don't want your sister to know these types of things. We work out.
What I'm feeling right now is the same way that my mom made me feel whenever I would talk to people. Because don't talk to your dad. Don't tell him this. If I told my dad too much, like you're acting.
Don't do that.
Before we continue, do you think that Gypsy's being a bit too harsh by saying that, hey, you're trying to basically tell me what to do? And I don't like that because that's something that triggers my past. I mean, listen, from the scenes that I have seen myself in particular regarding Gypsy and Ryan, you know what, let me hold that thought. I'm gonna give my opinion at the end, to be fair, but right now, please comment down below. Do you think that Gypsy's being a bit too harsh by pretty much saying to Ryan that, hey, you're treating me like everybody else in a nutshell? You're trying to control me, you're trying to dictate how I should basically breathe. Let me know what you're thinking, but with that being said, let's get into the rest of this argument.
I'm being defensive because
I'm right here, babe. I'm not even talking to you because I love you. Do that. I didn't pull my love away. I'm right here.
I'm not saying you're pulling your love away. I'm just saying you're mad at me because I can fight it in some way.
You could have called your sister later and talked to her about it. I'd have been okay with that. You see what I'm saying?
Mean or of. That's my family, and I can talk to them if I want to. But I will say that there comes a time that I see that I am being controlled. I'm leaving.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to tell someone that they are potentially overreacting if their trauma has been triggered. Because the grand scheme of it is that, well, here's the thing. This is my opinion. I think that Ken is back in the picture. And Gypsy now is currently subconsciously starting to look for reasons for these two to have disputes. So therefore, it would push her in a position where being back with Ken would sound more applicable than staying with Ryan. I feel like that could be a possibility to her reactions. But at the same time, though, that's not me to then downplay her trauma, her being triggered. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I will say this. For Ryan, he knows that, hey, this is a TV show. Okay, you two are being filmed all the time. And Gypsy is clearly far from perfect. You know what I mean? She's somebody that needs a lot of guidance in life, a lot of help in life, a lot of advice in life. So for Gypsy to have a conversation with her sister, confide with her sister on camera, and to talk about the scenario that happened with her and Ryan in private, I can understand him being annoyed by it. But at the same time, the way he's dealt with it, the way he's handled it, I don't think it's the best way. Because really and truly, I feel like he could have just said, listen, babe, just so you know, I'm not happy with the fact that you told your sister these things on camera. I'm not upset with you for telling your sister, because obviously you need someone to confide in. That is fine, but I would appreciate it if we kept some of our stuff private, you know, from the rest of the world. Now, in that situation, if he had said it that way to Gypsy, and then maybe she had reacted the same way she's reacting now, well, then obviously we now know who the problem is in the conversation. You see what I'm saying? But he hasn't done that. You know, he's done what I would say that I'm used to seeing him doing now, and that is him pretty much being quite abrupt, to be honest with you. I mean, abrupt, I kind of thought that maybe it's too much of a strong word, but that's the only word I can think of right now. And I would say that when Ryan gets in his feelings, he can definitely react in ways that are not necessarily pleasant. And he can definitely react in ways that I can see would easily trigger Gypsy. And to be honest, if you listen, Ryan went and looked for a woman in prison for a reason, because he wanted someone to control, if you ask me personally. So of course, Gypsy ends off by saying that, listen, if I get to a point where I feel like this man is now trying to actually control me, to dictate my life and all that kind of stuff, well, you know what? 100%, she may have to leave. Well, she does leave. We know she leaves. You know what I mean? But I don't blame her for seeing it that way. And to be honest with you, that is a massive strength, because anybody that's been in a situation where you have felt trapped, the moment that you come out of that situation where you feel trapped, it's important to always make a promise to yourself that whenever you feel trapped ever again, leave. You know what I mean? If you want to stick around and maybe given a second a chance, a third chance, by all means necessary, you do what you got to do. But generally speaking, if it's me, I'm leaving. I mean, listen, I can tell you this now. After my long-term relationship, I said to myself, you know what? The next time I'm in a relationship again, or even if I'm just dating someone, seeing someone, whatever, and I started to feel this person's now trying to dictate certain things, listen, I may voice it. It really depends how I feel it, you know what I mean? But to be honest, whether I voice it or not, just know that I've skedaddled. I'm gone. I'm out. You know what I mean? So I can relate to that feeling, do you know what I mean? Based on my own different type of experience. But either way, though, let me know your thoughts, though. Do you think Ryan has overreacted here? Okay, that's one thing I asked in mid-video, okay? If you haven't answered it then, answer it now. Do you think he has overreacted? But at the same time, oh no, sorry, I asked if the Gypsy overreacted, my bad. Do you think Ryan has overreacted? Or do you think the Gypsy's overreacted? In my opinion, Ryan knew what he signed up for, and that's the grand scheme of it. But because he knew what he signed up for, if there's a conversation that these two need to have, out of respect for himself, he needs to learn how to deliver that. Because he's dealing with someone like Gypsy, somebody that is going to be easily sensitive to X, Y, Z. But at the same time, though, was it right for Gypsy to record them having this argument? That I find quite interesting. I'm thinking, did she record it? Because, I mean, why did she record it, to be fair? I feel like that needs to be investigated, to be fair. Because that's the only thing that kind of made it feel a bit, But nonetheless, though, why do you think that Gypsy felt the need to have to record this conversation? Wow, so many ins and outs. But nonetheless, though, thank you so much for your time. Yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.